6:44 is the time. Let's get to our weather and traffic check. And we're going to begin with the traffic. They're sort of related, however. It has to do with the dense fog behind. We've got a couple hot spots on the roads, and it looks like that may be the case. John, good morning.
Yeah, James, and both of those heading into San Francisco. The first that we'll talk about is on the midspan of the Bay Bridge, right before you get to the Treasure Island exit. There on the eastern span, taking that exit, we do have a traffic collision that has resulted in the third lane from the left being blocked. And that is not just sending a backup back to the toll plaza, but it is on a standstill heading westbound into the city up until you get to Treasure Island. Once you get past Treasure Island, you start moving a little bit quicker again, but it is going to take you 29 minutes to get from the Maze to Fremont Street. It's not the worst I've seen it as far as backup goes at the Bay Bridge, but it is definitely something that's holding you up. Our second incident, that is on 101 northbound. So we have the first that I just talked about that's right there on the Bay Bridge. This is on 101 northbound, right before you get to that split where you can either take the Bay Bridge on 80 or take 101 up Van Ness into the city right here. That formerly had all lanes closed. Now here's the good news. All lanes are back open. We had an incident involving a Honda Civic and a Land Rover here, likely having to do a bit with that fog because visibility in this area is definitely being affected. Lanes are open now, all lanes actually. CHP is still urging you to avoid the area. In fact, as a result of that backup that now stretches all the way back down to 280, we had a secondary accident, likely as well to do with the poor visibility and that backup and people traveling at the limit before they reach that backup itself. Just a reminder of how very foggy it is. San Mateo Bridge, all you got to take is one look at that and know, yes, it is indeed super foggy right there on the crossing of 92 across the bay. Richmond Santa Fe Bridge, it's going to take you 13 minutes once you get through the toll plaza, but there is a backup before you even get there. And the Golden Gate Bridge is in the midst of some dense fog as well, a 20-minute drive from 37 to the tolls. CHP has issued a dense fog advisory on 880 both northbound and southbound. Fortunately, we haven't seen any issues here as far as any accidents goes, but just south of Hayward, we do have a slowdown heading southbound on 880, and it is before you get to those slowdowns that you are most prone to having that lowered visibility, and then someone in front of you starts slowing down. So you want to keep that extra room between you and the person traveling in front of you, so you have that time to adjust your speed and slow down before you reach the slowdown itself. We also have Thule fog having formed out into the Delta. That is affecting travel on Highway 4. And we also have a slowdown there between Concord and Antioch. It's going to take you 25 minutes. Again, that's not the worst backup I've seen on Highway 4, but it is slowing you down. And with that fog, only complicating the situation even more. Looking at the fog in our weathercast, you can see it just pushed right down into the bay. Our hillsides are rising above it, and not just our hillsides, but the spans of our bridges. Those towers above the Golden Gate Bridge are sticking up in the distance out of the fog. So it's a very compressed layer pushed down into the bay, and it is resulting in some very much so lowered visibility right along the bay shore itself, and especially affecting our bridges like the Bay Bridge and the Golden Gate Bridge. As far as radar goes, we are nice and dry. No chance of rainfall today, nor through the rest of the forecast. In fact, after such a foggy morning, we have lots of sunshine to expect this afternoon. Something that we can be looking forward to today is going to be temperatures a little warmer than yesterday. The weekend gets even warmer yet, but there is a catch to it, and that's some offshore winds that start to kick into gear starting tomorrow. So today is relatively warm and nice and calm, but look at where winds go tomorrow. These offshore winds are really going to pick up, and gusting as high on some of our mountaintops is 40 to 50 miles per hour. Saturday in Petaluma, 44-mile-per-hour peak gusts right there. If it wasn't for all the rain that we saw last month in October, we'd be talking heightened fire danger from this. But fortunately, everything's really green, really lush out there, so fire danger not a concern from this. As for our temperatures today, it is noticeably warmer. Fremont at 65, San Jose at 66, San Francisco, you'll be at 62. Tomorrow and Saturday will be our warm and windy days. We start to see winds calming down next week, and temperatures settling down with them, but staying in the 60s and staying dry likely the rest of the month. Back to you, James.
John, thank you.